Hey flutters, butters, and every gender between the others, take a look at these udders. I'm Nick, I'm a he, him, and what did the otter say to the intruder? Get otter here! Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix and gathering all the items, puzzle pieces, rewards, and chests in the geological area that is said to be of flying fire-breathing lizard creatures. And hey, I encourage y'all to hit the like button if you end up enjoying the video, also consider subscribing, and if you do, you can get notifications for when my videos come out if you ram your gummy ship into the bell icon. That'd be Otter This World. So once we land, we can grab the 3 chests in this room. There's a Dark Shard, a Mithril Shard, and an Ether. After that, we can go into the encampment, and Sora's gonna get fist slammed in the mouth. Then there will be a quick Heartless fight, and then no role-playing thanks. We get a map, then we can just barely swipe this heart puzzle piece that's behind the big-ass pole.
Hello, pole.
Then, if we talk to the captain, we'll have 3 missions to do, and while we don't, get anything from doing each individual one, I will give 2 tips. The zombie arm floaty enemies, the Nightwalkers, are immune to blizzard but can be damaged by fire, which I guess makes sense, even though it's clearly daytime? Also, I use blizzard when the Centaur Heartless show up, also known as the Assault Riders, so I can keep some distance from them. Big man with stick go whap! When all 3 missions are done, we'll get an AP boost. Then, at the checkpoint, there's 2 chests that we can grab. A high potion, and a Mithril Shard. Then on the mountain trail, there are 4 chests we can grab. Now I'm going to collect them mid-mission, but if you want to come back and grab them after the mission is over, then yeah, that's okay. First we gotta break the rocks down. Sora smash puny rock! And the first chest is just ahead, with the lightning shard inside. Then, if we go right around the big rock and just beep bop flop up the steps, there's a chest on this peak with a Mithril Shard inside. Then we'll head over to this elevated ridge, where there's 2 chests, an Ether, and a recovery recipe. Now, there is also a puzzle piece in here, but without an upgraded Valor form, we aren't able to reach it, but we'll come back to grab it later, so no worries. When we finish the Mountain Pass mission, we'll get the village area map, and there are 2 puzzle pieces we can get here. The first one is atop a rooftop on the west side. Really showing my age with that one, huh? Back to the puzzle piece. We can jump on this hay cart and then onto the roof for a heart puzzle piece. Then we can head to the southeast corner, where there's an awakening puzzle piece sitting on a pile of hay. So no matter what angle I tried to jump to this 3rd puzzle piece, even in Valor form, I just couldn't reach it, so we'll grab it later. For now, we can just head into the cave. In the village cave, there is a Dark Shard chest and an AP boost chest. Then there's a Heartless fight, and when we beat the Heartless in the cave, Sora will get the Slide Dash ability, and our heroic Drag King gets an HP boost and Hyper Healing ability. Then after leaving the cave, we can head up to the ridge, where there's a pretty obvious awakening puzzle piece behind this giant firework rocket. There's also a Frost chest just ahead, to the right of the Cyclone. Now if we hop into the Cyclone and angle it just right, we can blast ourselves up to the awakening puzzle piece. And then, we'll grab the AP boost chest that was hiding behind the now obliterated fireworks catch. Off to the summit, where a big, timed Heartless battle will commence. Unfortunately, there's no reward for completion. But, see if you can beat my score of 79 Heartless. Tell me your score in the comments, and your strategy. I'd love to know how you did. Now, we can head back to the ridge, then we'll go to the village, the mountain trail, the checkpoint, and lastly through the newly opened door which leads to the Imperial Square. And in the Imperial Square, there's a Heartless fight, with no reward. Now we can go to the Palace Gate for the boss fight. Tips and tricks time. If you haven't changed into Valor form 4 times prior, then you'll have a 0% chance to turn into anti-form this fight. Defeating the bird is pretty useful on harder difficulties. Mulan's Limit is great against the Heartless that get summoned, as well as to do damage to the boss. And lastly, reaction commands, use them. Duh. Be-doo, 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 boo, be-doo. When we win, we'll get an HP boost and aerial sweep ability for Sora, HP boost for Donald and Mulan, and the Goofy Turbo ability for Goofy. And lastly, the Hidden Dragon Keyblade. Oh, and real fast, if we come back later with a higher level Valor form, we can just barely grab the Frontier puzzle piece that's above the big rock in the mountain trail. So after we land in the land where the land is the land with land that holds the reputation of being the land to inhabit dragons, we can head to the ridge, and then the summit. And start the fight where there's a ton of Heartless, and Riku? Spoiler alert, I guess. I really don't know what the deal with this fight is, because it just abruptly ends eventually, and we don't get anything for it. Life sucks and then you die. After that, we'll spawn back in the village, and we'll make our way to the mountain trail, then to the checkpoint, and then if we head into the encampment, we can use the big wind attack of these hat guys, who can knock us up to this sunset puzzle piece. Now we can head back to the checkpoint, then to the Imperial Square, where a Heartless fight will commence, and we'll receive nothing for completion. But here's a thumbs up. You've earned it, pal. So now we spawn at the palace gates, and we can make our way forward and into the antechamber, and we'll approach the guy who's obviously Riku.
No, never heard of him.
Say what?
Also, a nobody fight will happen after the cutscene, and no reward for completing it. It's like in that movie with Hank where he sits on the bench and runs to a forest. He says, "Life is like a box of chocolate cookies, full of disappointment because it's actually raisin." Now, once in the throne room, we can get the final chest in the world, a palace map, an AP boost, the Ogre Shield. Also, we can grab this Daylight puzzle piece if Sora has high jump level 2 and aerial dodge level 1. Now if we go behind the throne, we'll find an Orichalcum and a Mithril Crystal. And if we keep going, we can also find the last 3 chests: Torn Pages, AP boost, and the Queen Recipe. Now, we can't get the other puzzle piece in here yet, because we're a little goo-goo gaga baby who can't reach it. So, we'll come back for it. For now, let's go to the antechamber, and then to the palace gates, to fight this heckin' gigantic dragon. Tips for this boss. If you're on its back, press the hang on prompt whenever it comes up. Later in the fight, when the let go prompt appears, sometimes it's better to not let go, because the boss will do a double flip, which can make you fall if you did press it. Break the shoulder spikes. Duh. Be-doo, be-doo, sorry. Mulan's Limit is useful here too. Reaction commands like Slide, Vertigo Toss, and Ride the Wind are super useful. Always use them. And during the dragon's super attack, don't touch the walls or the big electricity ball. And that's really it. Once it's defeated, we'll receive Thunder Element for Sora, HP boost for Donald and Mulan, and the Tornado Fusion ability for Goofy. I also want to mention a fun fan theory I found online that there was a dragon that Xigbar killed and turned into a Heartless, and obviously that happened, that's not the theory. The theory is, it's nobody is actually the giant dragon that Xemnas rides at the end of the game. Probably wrong, but it's fun to think about. Now, if we leave the world and re-land in the village, it'll be rebuilt, just like it never got burned down. It's a real Nibelheim moment. Now we can bounce our way up to this roof and then jump and aerial dodge our way to the Daylight puzzle piece. And that's it until we have all our forms and all of them at max level. Normally I'd have like a missions and minigames section, but Land of Dragons only has one mission or minigame, and it's Dueling Mushroom number 4, which we will get to later. First, now that you, like me, have definitely also maxed out high jump, aerial dodge, and glide, side note, I have some tips and tricks for leveling up forms in my Hollow Bastion Radiant Garden item hunt video, card in the corner. We can return to the throne room and grab the... dang it. Got it. Now, let's fight the mushroom using Wisdom Form with Oathkeeper, a finishing plus ability, and the negative combo ability. We can just slide around and shoot these guys because they're too slow. We need a minimum score of 85 to complete the Jiminy's Journal mission. Then when they start hustling and jumping towards us, dash away after the second finisher so the mushroom clones can't just immediately tackle us. Also, these are the rewards. Next is the item list, but otherwise, that's it for the land that presumably is the land that is inhabited by the mythological creature known as dragons. Thanks for watching, goodbye! If you haven't changed into Valor form 4 times prior, then you'll have a 0% chance to turn into Antiform during this fight. Antiform. What are you, Clorox? What the fuck? So after we land in the land where the land is the land with the land that holds the reputation of being the land to inhabit dragons. Why is that funny? It's not funny. We need We need a minimum score of 85 to complete the Jiminy's Journal mission.